What's going on, pickleball people? Kelly and I playing against Lindsay and Chris again, game number 2. This game I'm going to try to provide a little bit more insight maybe on Chris and Lindsay's perspective, more so than Kelly and mine. I think Kelly, my perspective is very basic in the sense that we're very reset oriented, get to the kitchen and find the small advantages, where Chris and Lindsay are more press their advantages. So with the power, with the reach, with their pace, they're able to kind of dictate control, and we're going to have to find little ways inside to score. So you kind of see Kelly here in that cross-court dink battle. I try to stay away from that with Lindsay unless I can get to her feet or maybe on the inside. Her backhand is just so good, it would be silly to try and keep it on there. Now, Chris, every time he winds up like that, you know it's coming. Not necessarily a bad thing for Chris, because even though you know it's coming, it's hard to stop. I think the only thing that would maybe throw me off a little bit more is if he pulled back and didn't fire. But the only times Chris is pulling back, and what I mean by pulling back, I mean reaching back with that paddle, is when he's got so much time that he can absolutely deliver a powerful blow. If I can see it coming and I still can't do anything about it, you know it's a good shot. Kelly's got a really good power game too. She's got a lot of top spin and is able to put it away. And there it is, in a lot of the right places. I think what's difficult for her and I is finding where to put it away. Right? When Chris is on the left, his forehand and backhand cover 75% of the court. And when Lindsay's on the right, her backhand is so deadly. It's like, where do you even hit the ball? Where do you even put the ball away? Really, the only places that I was trying to put it this entire game was pretty much in between the two, where I thought Lindsay would want it with her backhand and Chris would still come over with the forehand. Or I tried to go at Chris's feet. Chris is so athletic. I know he can get just about anything on the court. So maybe throwing him off and giving him something he wasn't expecting was really my only hope. But as you can see, it is 0-4. I am being bombarded with powerful shots. So it doesn't really work. But those are the places that I am going for, that I'm looking for, and that I try to score off of. Let's go. I think that was my first ATP today, and it was definitely a nice little redemption from that one in the first game. Definitely dodged a bullet right there. I wish I had gotten my serve a little bit deeper. That way Lindsay would have struggled on her return more. Otherwise, it looks like she was just able to really get a lot of pace on her return, put me on the back foot, and that led to us really just simply only having the choice to drop at Chris's feet. And as you can tell, it did not work at all. Lindsay able to attack down here, down and outside, especially when Kelly's leaning forehand and inside. It's almost always going to be a good move. If I can hit down with pace, I'm going to take that option. Unless maybe my feet are just way out of place, or maybe my opponent is expecting that. Otherwise, if I can hit down, I'm going for it. Most of the time, I'm hitting at people's feet, or I'm trying to put it away in the middle. One thing that I really like doing when I drill is anytime it hits my feet, it's -1. Anytime I hit my partner's feet, it is -1 for them. If you're not keeping score in your drills, you still give them a -1. Because the feet are just such an important target in my opinion, in almost every sort of situation, whether I am dropping at your feet, dinking at your feet, resetting at your feet, or attacking at your feet. I would even argue that in my fifth situation, when you're trying to get a side out, that targeting people's feet as they're approaching to the non-volley zone is an extremely valuable shot. And if you're curious, so when I'm drilling, I've just kind of broken pickleball down into my 5 situations. This how it allows me to just get a little bit more specific with what kind of situation I'm trying to set up. Number 1 is the serve. Number 2 is the return. Number 3 is the transition, or trying to get to the non-volley zone. Number 4 is the side out, or keeping your opponent's back. And then number 5 is play at the non-volley zone. Obviously, once all 4 of your players have gotten to the non-volley zone, what do you do now? And with those 5 situations, I usually just pick one, put it under a microscope, and really work on a lot of different tactical pieces. It also allows me to figure out what technical pieces are going wrong so that I can work to fix them. I like Kelly's engagement in the middle. Lindsay's just got such good defense that she's able to drop that hip, go back at a 45, meet the ball on her time, and be able to put it back with pace. Chris is looking always to capitalize off of Lindsay's good power and pace, and that's exactly what he does. Kelly looks down the line, he's all over it, creates a pop-up, and he cleans it up down the middle. What both Lindsay and Chris are so good at is they're very consistent, but they're always looking to press the issue. At any time, if you relax, you're going to lose the point, i.e. right there. Thanks again for watching. Please, as always, like and subscribe, and hopefully the next one comes out soon. Have a great day, beautiful people.